Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the weekly MMA Cycles Market Update. This is Gianni DePoce, and today is the 31st of January, 2024. It's time to review what's been going on in the markets as well as geocosmically. So let me go ahead and share my screen. We can start off per usual by looking at the Dow Jones, which just rallied to a new all-time high today. News came out that the Fed will not be moving on interest rates this month. But we did start off the week with some rather joyous aspects, let's call it. We had Venus trine Jupiter on the 28th of January, followed by Mars trine Uranus on the 29th. Now, last weekend, we also had Uranus go direct, and it's not uncommon to see breakouts unfold when the planet that rules breakouts changes directions. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at tech here because we have a really interesting divergence taking place. We did not have the NASDAQ futures make a new all-time high this week, while the Dow cash index did. And now we're actually seeing tech lead to the downside. And that's another characteristic of Uranus. You can see breaks of support or resistance. And there was a little bit of a support zone here in the NASDAQ cash index in the 15,400. So we're below that now. We're late in some cycles looking for a corrective decline, but all in all, probably a dip buying opportunity in the weeks and days ahead. Want to jump over to interest rates on the 10-year Treasury, which have been coming down a little bit over the last couple of sessions. We have to grapple with the possibility, the likelihood rather, that bonds are in a new 6-year cycle. Remember that bonds move inverse to interest rates. So bond prices have been going up over the last couple of days. A little bit of uncertainty on some smaller cycle labeling, but we'll tackle that in this next week's, I should say, monthly cycles report, which will be published on Monday and Tuesday. Let's take a look at gold use GLD. Nice bid here, but we are fading off the highs. Here too, questions surrounding some of the primary cycles. We have some coming off some Jupiter aspects. Usually that's not that good for gold, but the fact that we've rallied through it, I would argue, is a pretty positive sign. I want to take a look at Bitcoin here too, because Bitcoin is starting to look a little bit more compelling. I have been a little more cautious on this front over the last couple of weeks, but this low here on the 23rd of January could be significant. But we are pressing up against key technical resistance. The $43,000 to $45,000 area remains very important for Bitcoin, and as long as prices are below there, we do need to exercise a bit of caution to the upside. But if we break through that, there's a good chance that we retest this high from the 11th of January. But of course, the big warning sign in crypto, especially Bitcoin, is the lateness of the 15 to 16-month cycle. Now, when we look at Ethereum, Ethereum's intermediate term cycle bottomed back in October. So I'm actually a little more optimistic on Ethereum than I am Bitcoin. So make of that what you will. I think we could see, Ethereum easily take out this high from January. Bitcoin, I'm not entirely convinced yet, but we'll see. And that could change quickly. Not a lot of geocosmics coming up in the next few days, so not much to remark on that front. Let's go ahead and take a look at crude oil, which is selling off a little bit here. The high that we had on the 26th here was just a couple days before the Venus trine Jupiter signature, and that would appear to be a lower high, which in theory reinforces the downtrend. So still need to be cautious about 4-year cycle culminating in the energy market, and if so, that could take us to much lower energy prices, which unfortunately would probably signal a recession of some form. Now, the one other cautionary thing I wanted to bring to your attention today is the technology sector selling off here. Usually you see tech lead to the upside in a healthy market. When it starts leading to the downside, it's a bit more of a cautionary signal. So again, I think this is just a corrective decline, not the start of something that's more of a pronounced downtrend. But once we get past the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in April, that story may change. But until then, I think the times are good and to make best use of it. But there will be a really good, in all likelihood, probabilities favor a really good buying opportunity later this year. And if we can capitalize on that, it should be very rewarding. So those are all the markets that I wanted to cover with you today. So thank you so much for stopping by to the MMA YouTube show. Just a reminder that all of our work, our reports, and our educational content can be found at www.mmacycles.com. And as I mentioned earlier, on Monday and Tuesday of next week, we will be publishing our flagship report, the monthly cycles report, in circulation now for 42 years. So very impressive. We give our monthly updates on stocks, bonds, commodities, and other markets as well. So encourage you to check out a copy of that, and I will see you same time, same place next week. Thank you.